Of course. Here is a detailed breakdown of the situation regarding U.S. Representative Sheila Cherfilus-McCormick's indictment. Summary. U.S. Representative Sheila Cherfilus-McCormick, D-Florida, has been indicted by a federal grand jury on charges related to the alleged theft of over $5 million in federal funds intended for a COVID-19 relief program. The charges stem from her time as CEO of a healthcare company prior to her election to Congress. Detailed breakdown of the allegations. The indictment, unsealed recently, outlines a complex scheme involving federal disaster relief funds. 1. The source of the funds, the CARES Act. The money in question comes from the Provider Relief Fund, PRF, a program established by the CARES Act in 2020 to help healthcare providers weather the financial impact of the COVID-19 pandemic. These funds were intended to cover healthcare-related expenses and lost revenue attributable to COVID-19. 2. The defendant and the company. Sheila Cherfilus-McCormick was the CEO and majority owner of Help Me See, Inc., a healthcare company based in Florida that provided in-home health services. The alleged crimes occurred between 2020 and 2022, before and during her initial campaign for Congress. 3. The alleged scheme. According to the federal indictment, Cherfilus-McCormick engaged in the following activities. Fraudulent applications. She and a co-conspirator, the company's chief operating officer, allegedly submitted false and fraudulent applications for provider relief fund payments. This is reported to have included overstating the number of patients her company served and fabricating financial losses. Misuse of funds. Instead of using the millions of dollars for legitimate business expenses, she is accused of diverting the funds for personal use. The Department of Justice alleges this included personal enrichment, transferring millions directly to her personal bank accounts, political campaign, using a significant portion of the money to fund her successful 2022 special election campaign for Congress, luxury purchases, buying luxury goods, including high-end cars and jewelry. 4. The charges. Rep. Cherfilus-McCormick faces multiple federal felony charges, including wire fraud, theft of government funds, money laundering, making false statements. These charges carry severe penalties, including potentially decades in prison if convicted. What this means politically and legally. Legal proceedings. Cherfilus-McCormick has pleaded not guilty. She was released on bond, and the case will now move through the federal court system. An indictment is not a conviction. She is presumed innocent until proven guilty. Political fallout. This is a significant scandal that immediately impacts her political career. Calls for resignation. Political opponents and government watchdog groups have already called for her resignation. House Ethics Committee. The matter will almost certainly be referred to the House Ethics Committee for a parallel investigation. Re-election prospects. Representing Florida's 20th Congressional District, a safely Democratic seat covering parts of Broward and Palm Beach counties, her ability to run for re-election is now in serious jeopardy. She will face immense pressure from within her own party to step aside. Her response. Through her attorneys, Cherfilus-McCormick has maintained her innocence, stating she is confident she will be vindicated and intends to continue representing her district. Key takeaways. The allegations are severe. The case involves the alleged theft of millions in taxpayer money meant for pandemic relief, which is politically toxic. Timeline. The alleged crimes predate her time in Congress but are directly linked to her successful campaign financing. High stakes. The legal and political consequences are immense, threatening her freedom and her career. Next steps. The case will proceed to trial unless a plea agreement is reached. Politically, her colleagues in the Democratic Party will be watching closely and will likely decide whether to support her or pressure her to resign based on the strength of the evidence and public